Level 80, mislaid plans. A Skysteel engineer appears to be seeking something. You there, my good lady. If you don't mind my saying so, you have the look of one skilled with her hands. As a matter of fact, yes, I have seen you at the manufactory, have I not? You must possess deft fingers indeed for Lord Stephanivian to have taken such an immediate liking to you. That is well, for we at the Skysteel manufactory are in search of like-minded and nimble-fingered individuals. Of course, said personages would also need to be familiar with Ishgard's efforts to restore its more material legacies. Given that you are here, I trust that you are aware of the ongoing construction in the firmament. Aware? Ha, nothing would get done around here without me. Yes, I agreed to help Lord Francel. Better and better. We simply must have you. But no, it is unbecoming of me to be so forward. I will say only this. If I have struck within you some spark of interest, you would do well to speak with Niliamard. We have to go to manufactory now. So this unlocks our, I guess our Relic crafting tools. So that we can get glowy crafting tools. This is kind of something we'll do on in the background most of the time because it's going to take a lot of time in the firmament, which with us still doing Bozja right now, it's kind of but just to have it unlocked and available will be helpful. A tradeswoman, why it's a miracle. I thought we'd never get anyone to agree to help, with our representation at the firmament being what it is. He's a fine fellow, but how he manages to say both less and more than is desirable at any given moment is beyond me. Suffice it to say that I admire your perseverance. Now, if I might prevail upon you to wait here, I will fetch my cohorts. Allow me to introduce Nimmy and Denise, my fellow engineers at the Skysteel Manufactory and partners in this grand endeavor. Ah, but I would wager that you have yet to be enlightened as to the nature of said endeavor, am I right? Put it simply, all at the manufactory, from Stephanivian to the freshest faced of apprentices, have been seeking a means to aid in the construction of the firmament. We have searched high and low. Literally, he means, in the storehouse, and you wouldn't know it, we found a whole pile of tools just sitting there with all of the junk. Judging by the plans they were heaped on top of, they're only prototypes, but they're fine things nonetheless. We can improve them, turn them into masterworks they were meant to be. Suffice it to say, any one of them might make for a notable contribution to the restoration effort. Why, we could even award them the specially dedicated Skybuilders as thanks for their hard work. To do so, however, we need the aid of one who truly knows a tradesman's tools, not only in theory, but in practice, someone willing to aid in their trial and reforging. Come to the right Makote, or I've come to you. In any case, I'll do it, yes. Very well, I take it this is going to involve some sort of incredibly rare material. Oh, I should be quite surprised if it didn't. For the moment, however, take this prototype. Unpolished though it may be, I'm certain you will find it to be more than serviceable. Probably should have done this before we did the crystalline mean. We just let all those crafter script go to waste. And if the first taste has you yearning for more, come and talk to me. We have all sorts of tools awaiting the firm grip of a skilled hand. Gods damn it, that's precisely the sort of phrasing that, never mind, do let me know when you're finished making your inspection of the prototype. Mislaid plans complete. Skysteel tools unlocked. Skysteel prototype coffer will dispense a primary tool based on your current class at the time that it is open. Tools for other classes can be obtained by speaking to Dennis at the Skysteel Manufactory. Okay, well, we'll start off with just our armorer, and then we'll go pick up a fishing rod. Level 80, work it harder, make it better. Having equipped you with the tool for the job, Nilmar would borrow your professional expertise forthwith. Finished having a look over the prototype, have you? I'm sure you agree it has nigh limitless potential. As for how we will realize that potential, we'll be working to the plans we found, at least to begin with. Each tool was accompanied by several sheets, each detailing a stage of enhancement as imagined by the engineers of times past. Some of the later designs are quite fanciful in both appearance and apparent function. If we can realize the final designs, we will have remarkable works on our hands indeed. However imaginative as the original creators were, they could not have anticipated the advancements in metallurgy and engineering that led us to where we are today. With our superior resources and techniques, we have the opportunity to go beyond what the original designers envisioned. These adjustments will require we add a few steps here and there, but it will be worth the effort, I assure you. As said, you proceed with the first two phases of enhancement for the time being. Once you have finished, Nimi and her keen eye for detail will discern what must next be done. We've worked out the materials you'll need, but be warned they're very specific. Right pain in the arse to get your hands on, in other words. Yes, thank you, Nimi. I should also mention the plans are quite insistent that the spiritual bond between tool and wielder provides some manner of benefit. This, to be frank, sounds like a goblin-peddled nonsense to me. Still, I should like you to utilize a Skysteel prototype if you intend to make components yourself. Two birds with one hammer, as it were, and as testing is crucial to maximizing each tool's potential and a large part of the reason we begged the assistance of a skilled tradeswoman to begin with, it only makes sense to use every available opportunity to do so. What else? Ah, yes, if you fancy developing our soon-to-be spectacular Skysteel fishing rod, you will find that you will require certain particularly stubborn underwater specimens. In an effort to make their acquisition less impossible, we have created a special bait to more readily draw them onto the hook. Should you have need of it, Dennis will provide. He's also the man to talk to once you've gotten together everything the plans ask for. Trust me, you're better off letting him get on with the improvements than trying to decipher the handwriting of multiple generations of engineers. Once you've got your prototype converted into an honest-to-God's tool, show it to me. I'll have a look to see what changes we might want to make to the plans. Confirm that you can use the thing safely. Wouldn't want anyone to lose an eye. Present Dennis in the Skysteel manufactory with your Skysteel prototype and the appropriate oddly specific materials to receive an upgraded version. Craft materials, open the crafting log, followed by special recipes from within the requisite crafting discipline. Next, select side quests, and lastly, Skysteel tools to locate applicable recipes. Materials needed to upgrade botanists and miners' primary tools can similarly be found in the Skysteel tools section of the gathering log. Upgrading a fisher's primary tool requires the use of specialized bait. This can be obtained by speaking to Dennis. Alright, well, let's go talk to Dennis. Prototype augmentation. What do I need for this? Wait, I'm an armorer. Oddly specific wire. Okay, we'll have to look up what that is, but we'll need 20 of them. And 40 coral. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Prototype. 80,000, good lord. We'd get more, but we don't have the space. Okay, this is the fishing tackle. We'll get 99 of them. We'll get more than that because we need 40 of the things. So. Yeah, so the problem we have is that we don't have any space. We finished our ninja weapon. We can... We could probably just get rid of this. We'll save it for now. You know, no, there's no need to save it. We have the original. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go and craft anything right now. Skysteel tools. Oddly specific wire. We need mana silver sand. We can buy this. I might have some already. Oddly specific iron ore. Okay, I have to use the hammer to do it, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get all this in the firmament. All right, well, that's good for now. All right, so we're here working on our sky steel tools, our fishing rod. We just been at it for probably about 35 minutes. That includes like getting up to walk away and let the GP refill. We need to catch 40 of these thinkers coral here in Dravadian hinterland. You see Alexander right there. If you look on the map over here, this is where we're at. So we need to catch 2 more to get our first level weapon. And then we'll have to work on the next step. As soon as we catch another one, we can just identical cast, and that'll put us at 40, and we'll go turn it in. There we go. So the only thing is that we're still wearing like our level 90 crafted gear, item level 620, but you have to have the fishing rod, sky steel rod, in order to, and the special bait. I mean, I assume you need the sky steel rod because it said for all the other jobs you have to use the actual thing, sky steel tool. So it may be different. You may just need to use the bait, but with the higher item level, it doesn't really matter because we got good gear. We're gonna go turn it in and pick up our next step. The only one we've done so far. I'm probably gonna cut out the 40 minutes of me fishing. I don't know if anybody really wants to see that. Did I click on the wrong thing? Accidentally. So we turn this in, and I think we get our +1 weapon. Then we have to go get like 60 more fish, I believe. Oh, not weapon, like tool, whatever. Prototype augmentation. Sky steel fishing rod. Okay. I have to unequip it first. And they make me do stuff like that. Okay, so now we have a +1 rod. I think the one after that will actually glow. I think it's called Dragon Sung. But, oh. Look at what we have to go get. What do we need? I think this glows. Nope. Okay, we gotta go a little further before it glows. Okay, what do we need? 60 dragon spines. We pick up some more bait. I have 136. Get more. All right. All right, so we're working on our sky steel tool level 1 for our armorer. We went and got our oddly specific iron ore here from Anna in the firmament. There's 2 vendors, and the other places have it too. And we just went and got our 20 pieces of mana silver sand from the Raktika Greatwood. We need to do 20 of them. We've done 18 so far. I'm making a notable stop right here, so because I'm not gonna probably not gonna cut 18 me doing all 20 of them. So we'll just do trained eye once, and that'll give us 100% quality, and then we'll just basic synthesis till it's done. The first step, it's not hard. Yeah, we have our sky steel tool equipped, but like all our gear is level 90, so like our eye level is pretty good. I don't know if the later steps are going to require more. I'm sure there are macros for this, but like it's 2 buttons. You have to hit one of them more than once. I didn't, looking up a macro seemed overkill. This will get us through our first step of sky steel tool, at least for our armorer. I assume all the other crafting is going to go roughly the same. So we'll probably only post this one. Maybe a gatherer and the fisher. We've already done our first level fisher. Need to go catch 60 more fish. Only took about 35 minutes to catch the first 40. So that wasn't too bad. I need to unequip this. He's not going to take it if I have it equipped. It's so laggy today. Okay. What will we need for the next one? That's the chainmail sheet. Okay. So that's the other thing they were showing us. Recipe for that. Iron ore, Titan bronze ingots. How many of those do I need? 30? Okay, so it would be like the same thing over again. All right, so we need 4 more dragon spines for our next level of sky steel weapon. Need to have our weapon equipped. Weapon tool, same thing. I don't like. I would say this probably took under an hour, but I stopped like in the middle a couple of times to go do different things. All in all, probably about 45 minutes to an hour, give or take. Fishing, so it's all RNG. Who knows how long it'll take you. We just need 4 more. We'll get that quickly, hopefully. All right. Dragon spine. Okay, double cast, and we'll take a cordial. That'll top us off. More than we needed, actually, but we'll triple. We'll the identical cast, and we'll triple hook this one, and I'll give us our. Go get our dragon sung weapon. Okay, that's 60. Foundation. We can move both our fisher and our armorer up a level. I have to do. I have to craft 2 items with my armor. That real quick. See how that goes. We need to equip the thing. Great. So oddly specific chainmail set, regular Titan bronze, oddly specific iron ore. Same as last time. Use this. This is our first step, whatever it's called. Trained eye. And then we just basic synthesis through. That should leave us at like 10 durability, which is enough. Not sure what the next steps entail, but we'll figure that out. Probably do those a different day. Okay, that should be all. I think we needed 30 of these. Yeah, 30. I did most of them before fishing. And then I went and did a run of Delubrum. Turn our Fisher one in first. +1 augmentation. Quite the beauty, if I do say so myself. I know, it's all in how you use it, but one has to admire a good tool, eh? And this one is looking better and better. It doesn't glow, though. We'll just turn in our raising hammer. Yeah. Probably says the same thing. Quite the beauty, yeah. Same thing. Right, now we can pick up our next piece. Do we have to equip it? We have to equip it. Take it as a fisher. Jimmy. Is that a dragon sung tool I spy? It's just like we envisioned. We're fairly similar at any rate. I imagine Dennis made some adjustments to account for patterns of wear and such. To hear him tell it, you're quite generous with your materials. Why, we could probably make a good 24 or so more of these with what was left over. Thank you, Nimmy, but I'm sure our friend here is eager to learn about the design of their new tool. Indeed, as a fusion of traditional techniques and modern sensibilities, this Dragon Sung tool is a piece truly befitting this new age of peace with dragonkind. What you hold in your hands is a symbol of hope and of the manufactory's capabilities, if I do say so myself. There are doubtless a fair few improvements we can make to it yet, but we will require a bit of time to ready the plans to account for the adjustments made to the current design. We will do so as soon as physically possible, I assure you. In the meantime, I would consider it a personal favor if you would continue to aid in the construction of the firmament with your new tool in hand, perhaps. Forget harder, make it better. Gathering. Might help us with our fishing. Modern design, what's that give us? Is that a title? Nope. Level 80 in everyone's best interests. Ilmard eyes you with a look of eager anticipation. Welcome back, my friend. Truly, you couldn't have picked a more opportune time. The manufactory's top minds, including Stefanivian, yes, have come together to revise the design documents, and I'm most pleased to say that we are ready to take that Dragon Sung tool of yours to yet greater heights. As you might expect, however, the augmentation process is somewhat arcane. For the truly optimal results that we desire, it requires a peculiar coating made via specialized goblin techniques, from materials that are difficult to come by. Fortunately, my colleague Dennis has come in contact with an individual who claims to specialize in the procurement of the extraordinary and eccentric, and they're discussing the very matter as we speak. With any luck, they'll have some good news for us before long. Oh, is it Rowena? Well, now here's a familiar face. When the man told me they were working with a tradeswoman of no small repute, I should have expected as much. She's got her hands in everything. My nose for business is telling me that this whole endeavor is smelling more and more like a profitable one. At any rate, I'm happy to say that my associates and I are more than able to provide the services you'll be needing. I've recruited some of the finest goblin alchemists at Stick Kicks' Bang Pot, so you're welcome to start cracking the whip and get the process going. I'll be heading back to the House of Splendors, but Dennis should be able to answer any of your questions. And don't any of you go forgetting the details of our contract. Suffice to say, my services don't come cheap. Do see that we keep to the terms. We don't want her coming back for your firstborn or my curl kitten. How heartening it is to see that you and Rowena already have such mutual trust and admiration for one another. Truth be told, we were just about our wits' end in trying to reproduce the requisite goblin method of synthesis. That's when I confided in Master Arvid. You are familiar with his work teaching craftsmanship to dragons, no doubt. Quite the ambitious undertaking. In any case, he first introduced us to Anna, who in turn reached out to Rowena herself. Without them, I don't know where we'd be. Rowena has graciously agreed to lend us her full support on the condition that we turn over the design documents to her and supply all the necessary materials. She's one tough negotiator, that's for certain. No doubt she accurately deduced that we had nowhere else to turn and refused to yield an elm. But I'm quite sure the eventual results will speak for themselves. So that's where we stand. As Nalmard said, we'll be responsible for providing all the raw materials that the goblins will require to whip up that fancy goo of theirs, though just between us, I had my own reasons for agreeing to that condition. No doubt you recall how the plan stressed the importance of a bond between the tool and she who wields it. Knowing that, I thought it best that once again you be the one to harvest the needed materials, with tool firm in hand. You've been eagerly awaiting an excuse to slip away and have a private moment with such a fine piece of equipment, too. Don't be afraid to have a little fun. Just remember that we do want to start the improvement process in a timely fashion. Much obliged. I'll be manning my usual post at the manufactory. Once you have all the raw materials in hand, you can bring them to me at any time, and I'll put Rowena's team of Goblin Goo specialists to work. Dennis has been working night and day to see that dealings with the Rowena's House of Splendors progress smoothly, but never fear, in his place, Nimmy will undertake the enhancements personally and ensure that they are up to snuff. I, for one, can scarce wait to see the result. Okay, well, this. Right, as Nelmard said, I'll be handling the adjustments to your tool. I couldn't help but notice that neither of the others bothered with details about fiddly nonsense you need to procure, but my advice, brace yourself. Level 80 in everyone's best interest. Complete. Okay, I'm assuming I'm going to have to take this quest in order to get the stuff, right? Ever Skyward. Look at that. Yeah, Ever Skyward. Please note that upon completing the quest Ever Skyward, you will receive an augmented Dragon Sung tool for your current class of Fisher. To take this quest as a Fisher. Ever Skyward, Nami is eager to get to work on your Dragon Sung tool. Let's get to work, shall we? To review, the Dragon Sung tool you currently hold in your hand represents the third phase of the upgrade process. It started life as a prototype, which was upgraded to a proper Sky Steel tool, then altered once more to take its current form. At the moment, we possess the know-how and resources to upgrade it as far as the fifth phase, 2 phases beyond where it stands now. Phase 4, so to speak, will need an absolutely massive amount of the aforementioned goblin-made gunk. It means you'll have to provide easily pulped, mashed, and otherwise pulverized materials for their use in equal measure. Remember, you'll want to make use of your Dragon Sung tool. The so-called bond between tool and wielder aside, we'll need to measure your wear patterns for future designs. As he mentioned, Dennis will be chained to his post in the manufactory for the foreseeable future, so it should be easy enough to find him once you have the materials, or before, should you need further clarification as to their nature. If you have sufficiency of the substance in question, bring it to me together with the tool itself. I'll see that it's safely and properly applied, and you'll walk away with cutting-edge creation like none I've ever seen. Or smelled, but never mind that. First, use your Dragon Sung tool to craft or harvest the necessary materials and deliver them to Dennis inside the manufactory. After receiving the appropriate goo from Dennis, present it along with your tool to Nimi to complete the upgrade process. Upgrading a fisher's primary tool requires the use of specialized bait. This can be obtained by speaking to Dennis. Furthermore, please note that you must have your Dragon Sung tool equipped when fishing. Making your final delivery to Nimi, the tool to be upgraded should be placed in your inventory or armory chest and not equipped. Go see what we need. Gather. Highly viscous miners, gooby goo, gobby goo, fisher's gobby goo, and petal shells. Elegant hunters. Okay, well, can we take this up as an armorer, or do we have to complete it as a fisher first? Like we'll have to complete one before we can do the next. Yeah, I cannot complete the quest. All right, well, we're gonna have to go find out where to get all this stuff. So All right, so we are here in the Alpha Quadrant of Azus Law, catching elegant hunters, and we needed 70. We are at 68. So we're gonna catch our last two, hopefully quickly. We'll go turn them in. We can get started on the last phase of our fishing tool. Okay, so the elegant hunter is a 2-point fish, 2 exclamation points. So we got a bullwhip. So your best bet if you get a bullwhip is to surface slap, because the only other 2 exclamation point fish will be the elegant hunter. In which case we'll just double hook if we get a 2, single hook if we get a 1, because it's a throwaway. Because we only need 2. But that would be when you would triple hook if you needed more. So this portion actually took quite a while. Mainly because, like, sometimes you can catch them right away, but you just need GP, so you spend a lot of time, like, you catch some the identical cast, and then you just wait for your GP to bound back up. We are done with this step. So turn it in. We'll do our armorer 2. We'll move this into our last slot, and then we'll have our armorer ready to proceed onto the last step. But that'll require us doing some stuff in the firmament or the diadem. That'll have to wait till I have time to go and farm stuff. We need 7. Can we turn these in yet? Okay. Great. Oh, we don't have them. We haven't done them all yet. We'll trade these in, and then we'll make the others real quick. I wanted to. I mean, it's the same process as always. So the next step's going to require expert recipes, so that's probably going to take a bit longer. Need to equip. Because I don't know how to do expert recipes yet. Oh, I messed that up. I'm gonna have to go buy another one. Might be able to sell. Nah, we're not even. We'll go buy another. We only need another mithril sand. Just hit the wrong button. Oh, at least you get to see me screw up. Could have salvaged it, but it would take too long. We'll turn our fisher in for now. We'll go get it. And we've been at it this long, right? We just need to. We'll go buy a piece. This is level 80 crafting, script exchange, crafting script master recipes, level 80. Oddly specific. Mithrite sand. The right one? Yeah. In case I screw it up. Just hit the wrong button. It happens. Done a lot of crafting and gathering. They have macros for all of this if you're so inclined. Have to look them up. I don't know if you can use macros on expert recipes. I mean, I guess on this, because it's an older one, might work. Even if it just came out lower quality, I would just need more stuff. That might be the way to go. We'll look into it. Let you know when we hit that step. Problem's going to be the fishing, because I think I have to go catch like a bunch of fish. And they're like collectible fish, so like you never know what you're going to get. You haven't run screaming for the hills, so I take it you had little trouble acquiring sufficiency of coding? Certainly is viscous. Now, just keep yourself occupied here for a bit while I work my magic. Trust me, the result will be more than worth the wait. What's the matter, Neilmar? But with our grand endeavor proceeding so swimmingly, one would think you'd be in better spirits. Do not mistake me, I am delighted at how far we've come with the Skysteel's tools. When I think of our most recent designs, I feel certain that greatness is close at hand, and yet I cannot envision how we are to attain it with the knowledge and resources currently at our disposal. Ever looking onwards and upwards, aren't you? I admit I had a mind to do the same myself. I've just had a peek at what Nimi's up to. Sheer finesse involved in those adjustments. Just watching had my heart fit to burst. Gods know how much precision we'll need to hone these tools even further, and what else besides. Thorough research will be required before we can even begin to consider drafting plans anew. Though this doubtless pains you as much as I, you must be patient. Rest assured, however, that no effort will be spared in determining how we might further enhance your Skysung tool, which is what we've dubbed the instrument in its current form, a name worthy of its impressive new state. I am certain you will agree. Speaking of which, I whipped up some sample replica tools based upon our work thus far. Rowena had a look at them, and she thinks they've got a real aesthetic appeal. In fact, she reckons there are plenty of folks out there aching to get such a tool into their hands, and will pay good coin for it. Seeing as she runs her own business, I'm inclined to take her at her word. Besides, she's even offered to donate a portion of the profits to our research. It's a win-win situation. Also, it's an offer we contractually can't refuse, so spread the word and make sure to stop by and purchase some quality Dragonsung tool replicas at your earliest convenience. Like all the relic weapons when you go back and buy like the earlier steps. If you prefer that as glam, but none of these glow, so what's the point? I mean, I know some people just don't care for the glow. I'm not a crafter. My apologies for the delay. As Dennis may have mentioned, the process this time around required considerable attention to detail, but I'm proud to inform you that the work is complete and I didn't even burn my eyebrows off. Behold your Skysung tool. She's a beauty, if I do say so myself, and slightly sticky, but you'll learn to live with that. Anyway, the point is, we all got something out of this, and I look forward to yet more fruitful collaborations in the future. Tools of tomorrow complete. We have one more step to go. Behold my rod. Level 80, oddness in the end. Noman has both the will and the way to make your Skysteel tool the best it can be. Just the woman I was hoping to see. Tell me, how does your Skysung tool fare? Is it looking well loved and more importantly, well tested? Splendid, splendid. We shall examine those wear patterns and make the necessary adjustments to ensure that your perfected tool is as perfect as can be. Yes, you heard me correctly. We are at long last prepared to bring the Skysteel Tools project to completion. Well, I admit I felt some consternation when first I realized that our vision for the final design required finesse beyond that of mortal fingers, What sort of engineer would I be if I could find no way to surpass the limitations that would shackle mankind? No true engineer at all, I say, and so though I knew that even Goblin Craft could offer no solutions to our latest conundrum, I nevertheless confided in Rowena. She provided a most tantalizing lead indeed, and through its pursuit we have at last found the path to Skysteel's summit. While I'm sure Nelamore would like nothing more than to expound upon its wonders in detail, it'd be faster to show you the miracle device in question. Certain someone's pretty attached to it, so you'll need to meet us at the Skysteel workshop in the firmament. Quite right. Ask for Emily when you arrive. She has newly joined the project and is ever so eager to make herself useful. Nimi and I have few spare parts, and we've been meaning to round up for delivery in the workshop, but we will join you soon enough. Let's turn our armorer tool in before we go there. More pots. That should do it. Yes. Okay. Tools of tomorrow. Please note upon completing quest, tools of tomorrow. Yes. Time to take the quest, and we're just going to turn it in. I'm sure it says the same thing as it did for the last one. Materials until they go numb in case we're yeah. All right, same thing as last time. Okay, craft the necessary materials. We have already done that. Viscous. Well done. Satisfaction you too can enjoy once I deign to hand over your tool. Guys, tools of tomorrow complete. Have a hammer. Okay. We still have to do the other jobs, but until we make some space. Yep, still doesn't glow. Okay. Back to Fisher. Equip or oh no, should we have it equipped? Okay, we need to go to talk to Emily, the firmament. I've seen you with Neilmart at the manufactory. That means you are the one that he recruited to help refine the Skysteel tools, are you not? I can hardly believe it. Can you believe it, Jolie? For heaven's sake, Emily, you look like a jumping balloon fish. Apologies, ma'am. Her professional enthusiasm at times gets the better of her. As for your tool, we'd be more than happy to help just as soon as our means of doing so has been properly oiled up. Never fear, my dear, for the tedium of maintenance is as an end. We were just in front of his shop. It is delightful to see you again. Do allow me to introduce Steelveen Spanner de Hallianart, I, the First, Esquire, a technological marvel. Spanner, I am happy to say, is the solution to the conundrum I mentioned before. He performs mechanical manipulations with unparalleled precision and finesse. We salvaged him from Azus Law, you see, a locale I was unaware even existed until Rowena told me of it. Arvael was kind enough to fly us there. Almost getting devoured by ravening beast was less than an ideal, but well worth the trouble for such a bounty of fascinating technology. My prospectometer could hardly keep up. When we came upon Stilvian Spanner de Halionot I Esquire, I knew immediately what I had to do. Thus did I stealthily conceal him amongst my personal effects for the return journey, with no one else the wiser. Indeed, we also located a number of other parts that should prove useful to our endeavors if the records stored within Spanner's circuitry are accurate. Some are to be found in Azys Law, of course, but it appears that a foray to the diadem would also prove fruitful. Do you have any doubt as to the materials? Still V and Spanner... I'm not going to keep saying that. We'll be more than happy to elaborate, I'm sure. I myself may not be here to guide you every step of the way, but never fear, I have given Jolie comprehensive instruction in his operation. The talents of the rest of our staff are at your disposal as well, naturally, as is our conveniently located workshop here. Needless to say, we're all eager to see what comes of the ultimate phase of innovation. We believe you'll find the workshop undeniably well suited to this end. It offers convenient access to the diadem and all of the latest manufacturing technology. Last, this does mean that Nimi and I will be unable to assist as you prepare to bring the final design to life. Rowena has been flooding us with orders of late, and we simply cannot afford to be away from the manufactory for long. Pains me both personally and professionally to say so, but Neilmard's right. While I'd much rather spend my time pursuing our next major breakthrough, a deal's a deal. What can you do? Nevertheless, we have complete faith in Jolie and Emily and Spanner, I suppose, to help take your Skysteel tool to the very pinnacle of possibility. I absolutely, positively, indubitably, unquestionably will not let you down. Appearances perhaps to the contrary, we are in fact experienced engineers. You and your tool are in good, if excitable, hands. That said, we only have the resources to help you with upgrading Skysung tools. If you have any tools that aren't to that level yet, you'll have to ask Nemi. Those plans are all at the manufactory. Yeah, don't bring any earlier steps. Upgrading your Skysung tool is what we're all here for, though, isn't it? So let's get right to it. Oddness in the end, complete. Okay, let's take our quest. The Pinnacle of Possibility. Please note that upon completing the quest Pinnacle of Possibility, you will receive a Skybuilders tool for your current class of Fisher. To take this quest as a Fisher. Pinnacle of Possibility, level 80. Emily is eager to instruct you in the process of perfecting your tool. See what it looks like, or should we just wait? We'll wait. Are you ready to begin the preparations for upgrading your tool? Because I certainly am. We'll need delicate parts to create true Skybuilders. Tools, awfully delicate, inconceivably delicate, made of, say, oddly delicate fishing rod parts and oddly delicate fishing reel parts. But not to worry, Spanner will handle all of the assembling and adjusting and tweaking. You need only provide the materials just as you've done before. Only difference is that you'll have no cause to speak to Dennis this time. In fact, you probably shouldn't. Poor boy's under a lot of pressure these days. Don't worry, you can talk to me. Once the parts are assembled, show them to me and I'll make sure that each and every one meets Neilmerd's exacting standards. Nothing escapes this engineer's eye. Okay. We'll just check out what we need. We're not going to do it now. First, use your Skysung tool to craft or harvest the necessary materials and deliver them to Spanner at the workshop. After receiving the delicate parts from Spanner, present them along with your tool to M&E to complete the upgrade process. Upgrading a fisher's primary tool requires the use of specialized bait. This can be obtained from either Spanner or Dennis. Furthermore, please note that you must have your Skysung tool equipped when fishing. Making your final delivery to M&E, the tool to be upgraded should be placed in your inventory armory chest and not equipped. Okay, so what do we need? Oddly delicate materials, inconceivably delicate parts. Replicas, purchase items, and bait. How much bait do I have? 60, we should get. I don't know what all we have to catch. Flint Strike. Collectability 126. How many will we need? Tell me what we would need. Necessary items. 200 oddly. Okay, 200 of each. How much do they offer? 4 for highest quality. Okay, the problem with this is that it's fishing, and so we have no control over like what the collectability rating is going to be. So we could need a few, or we could need a ton. We need 200 of each. We might need like 200 of these fish and 200 of these fish. We could get away with 50 if we all get all high quality. That's still a lot. That's still 100 fish. What would it be for Farmford? It's probably going to be easier. The delicate Wolfram Square. All right, well, we'll look into it. Oh, Fisher won't require any crafting. It's just going to be RNG luck. With that, we'll have to return to this later on. So I figured fishing would probably be the worst of it, just because it is so much RNG. With that. Okay, so we've gotten our armor, did all our Wolfram squares, and turned them in for a raising hammer part. We just used a macro. It's on FF14 Jillionaire. Macro 1. When that's done, you hit macro 2. Make sure you meet all the requirements. By my count, yes, of course, I was keeping count. You have all the parts you need. May I take a closer look? Just look at these. I can't wait another moment to see what your tool will look like once Neomar puts them together, and I won't. We came as quickly as we could. Pretty sure it just says the same stuff our Fisher did. Now, if all is in order, shall we take your beloved tool to heights of which others have never even dared to dream? Task before me is not to be underestimated, but mark my words, I will prevail. This I swear on my name as an engineer, though perhaps I will bring Spanner, merely as a precaution, of course. Another smashing success. Perhaps someday I will be able to perform the necessary manipulations without sweating profusely, but not this day. In any case, it's time for you to take up your new Skybuilders tool. I can think of no better hands to wield it. Pinnacle of possibility complete. We're just going to cut this part in.